This next game here, it's loading up now. And it looks like it's up on my screen, so we're gonna put that up on your screen and announce these players. So, in the top center starting location, we got our player from Ukraine beating the legend NesTea. Give it up for Cass. And in the bottom left starting location, he's been on the stage all day, the legend, bringing some of the most entertaining games here at the Intel Extreme Masters. Give it up for NesTea.
This could be it for NesTea, Tasteless. What is Cass going to choose to do?
I don't know. You know, he definitely was okay turtling it out.
You know, I think he's going to turtle it out again, to be honest, and I think that could be his downfall, because this map's going to be even better for what NesTea was doing that game. You know, it's at least on Metropolis, there's like 2 small choke points that Terran can abuse. On this map, it's so much more all over the place that NesTea's counterattacks are going to be too strong.
I think you might be right, Artosis. I think you're absolutely you're head on that one. And, you know, with this one-on-one map, this actually makes me the most turtle-intensive games.
I would say that we see the biggest macro games here, Tasteless.
Yeah.
And that's what Cass wants, at least.
And yeah, it's so massive. The expansion's also pretty interesting. Let's take a moment to touch on that until this game really picks up. 3 gases at this expansion,
yeah, and
as is here.
That one's a rich one in the middle there, and it's further away. And
exactly, and you take an expansion like that, and you're able to do so much more teching. At the same time, though, the low ground here, you can get siege tanks, you can put broodlords, or you know, hit it here with infestors.
And SCV can almost hit that from the low ground, Tasteless.
Almost. Give that SCV a gun, you can call it a Marine, you could do it, Artosis.
That's true.
Now, the other expansions over here, for instance, this one, probably the least valuable expansion, but securing this expansion usually allows you to secure this expansion, which this expansion in the late game is so important. There's, of course, a final expansion, which almost never comes into play as much.
Have you ever seen anyone take it?
Zergs, but that's about it. Sometimes I've seen Terrans hide a planetary there, but that's, that's about it. So that's the final expansion, and that's what we call the shared. That's what we call, excuse me, a shared expansion. And you know, that's where they're both going to be fighting over. Normally, though, if it goes for that late in the game, Zerg wins by then, because Zerg's normally expanded there before the Terran anyways.
Unless you're playing Cass.
Unless you're playing Cass.
Well, Cass this game definitely going for a macro build with that command center first. NesTea just very standard in his play. I want to see how quickly NesTea takes his third. I feel like we're going to see NesTea take an unbelievably fast third on this map. He's one of the Zergs that really, back when everyone was still going 2-base tech against Terran, he's like, no, you know what, I'm gonna get that third base up a little bit quicker than everyone else. And this is the perfect map for it, and based upon the strategy Cass has done, everything just lines up for it, in fact.
I like this, making the bunker here. He's gonna have to take that bunker out, as well as the SCV, before he can plant the hatchery there. Now, judging from the timings here from NesTea, NesTea's electing to get more queens out early instead of getting that early third hatch, or super early third hatch. So, not going to be too impactful there. In fact, probably, well, actually, it just is a kind of a loss for Cass there. Not a big one, but, you know, little things. That's how StarCraft works. It's a bunch of small losses sometimes that lead to a big victory.
That's right. Little things sometimes come in big packages.
Yes. Life's a box of chocolates, Artosis. Yes, all sorts of deep ways to describe StarCraft here. So we got more barracks here. Third command center coming up, very popular amongst Terrans nowadays, because of course you can lift that thing off. You can move that later on. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if that command center later on goes to here or here.
And we do have the dreaded 5-minute 45-second 3 Marine attack going after this Overlord. NesTea in some trouble, gonna lose that Overlord for sure.
Taking that Overlord out. Now remember, the Queens are slow off creep, so he can go over here and do some damage, hoping to try to bait out some additional attacking units. But note, he's not really fighting. NesTea not making lings, continuing to just mass up, make drones, confident that he can drive off these 3 Marines with the 2 Queens, which he does.
Well, we do have Cass going for, it looks like, reactored Hellions. Pretty standard, everything that we see here from Cass. Will he go for a Banshee this game? That is the question.
He certainly could. You know, that great anti-creep tumor supporting the ground army.
I love it when they do that in a Raven and just like kill creep tumors for days.
I wish we'd see that more, actually.
I do too.
Because sometimes these Zergs can get so out of control with their creep, it's insane.
Yeah.
And to punish that, or even a couple of Banshees. The only problem is that when you get a Banshee and a Raven, you're not making medevacs, which are just such a centerpiece, such a staple for your army.
That's funny though, because Cass doesn't make as many medevacs as other Terrans. He spends his money more on the units that deal damage.
And that's why Cass is a player who stims so wisely.
That's true.
When
you don't see him
medevacs,
overstim.
You don't just panic stim.
No Maka stims for him.
No way. Not stimming 20 Marines to kill an Overlord.
No. All right, so, I mean, this is all pretty standard what we're seeing. NesTea is opting to go for roaches. A lot of times on longer maps, some of the defense you use early game will be roach-based, instead of going for, more spines or more Zerglings or anything like that. He's getting his double evolution chamber up. Cass, in the meantime, only getting one engineering bay, which I actually find really, really surprising.
Yeah, that actually is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
I mean, considering this is a map that de facto leads into late game, unless something crazy happens.
I mean, I feel like even if you put Steps of War back in the map pool, you'd see Terrans go for double engineering base still. But Cass going for just one now. Probably will just add the second one as he's getting armor.
Bad rally here with these SCVs. Rally to another worker.
That's tough.
Now it looks like he's fixed that for now, but still, that's going to be a little bit annoying. Terran now moving out with the Marine Hellion combo.
Yep. And, well, we'll see if he can actually get anything done here, Tasteless. There is a Spine Crawler. He does have Roaches and Lings building right now. Has a few Roaches with his Queens as well. I don't really suspect that this will do anything, but we will see Cass turning around. And, yeah, that's just too many Roaches.
So Cass will have to back off now. Meanwhile, he's taking his third over here. And, yeah, it's going to be one of these passive games for the time being. And that's due to the size of this map. It's so big. By the time you get there, they've already produced enough to hold off whatever you're doing. So it usually becomes kind of, a dramatic end game where it's a fight for whatever little resources are left on the map before it's completely dried up. Now, as I say that, we have Roaches coming over here to hit the third base. And we did see Lings making earlier, so there should be some Lings here to follow. And he may have to lift here. In fact, losing some Marines. This is really bad.
This is a great attack right now by NesTea, reducing this Marine count drastically. Even the Hellions and SCVs coming in. These Roaches, the later it gets in the game, the less they're worth. So when he can do little things like this and just trade a few Roaches, that's great.
Making some Banelings over here. He's confident that in this small window of time, he's going to be able to actually take out all of these Marines and SCVs, possibly forcing a lift. Now, remember, Baneling speed not quite done, so they can be kited by the Hellions.
That is right. Baneling speed still on the way, though. And let's see what he wants to do with this, man. I think he's going to be able to kill a lot of SCVs off here, to be honest. But there is a Siege Tank, so if he overcommits, he might lose a lot of Banes as well. And in fact, here he goes.
He's hitting it.
The Siege Tank going to be targeting down Banelings as best as it can. Hitting the Roaches quite a bit right there. The Marines trying to come up. Baneling speed not quite done. It looks like NesTea attacked a little bit too early, and those Banelings completely ineffective.
Yeah, he spread a little bit too much there, and that's too bad because he was able to be hit so hard by that Siege Tank shot. Not really getting a lot of SCVs. Pretty much an impotent attack. That's too bad. NesTea, he wants to get this 3-gas expansion. From there, he's going to have a lot more options, Artosis.
Well, he is making 10 mutas right now as well, Tasteless. So this should keep Cass in his base for a bit. In fact, he's moving out with a couple drops right now. And if the mutas intercept that, it is just going to be almost lights out for Cass.
That Ling did see it. Cash in the tail end of that. The question is, was NesTea aware enough to see it?
Yeah, we will see. He's moving his mutas north right now. He might be. Ling's actually passing it again.
He sees for sure now. Turning around, turning around.
Ooh, will those medevacs actually continue on this drop path? Because if they do,
no way in hell. The mutas will intercept here no matter what.
Cass is about to lose 20 supply for almost nothing here.
Here come the mutas now, hitting that the medevacs here, and now no matter what, they're going to be cornered, gunned down, and that's -2 medevacs and a few Marines here for Cass without really, getting him anything.
Yeah.
Doing nothing other than, I guess, revealing mutas are out now. officially.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that gives him time to get his turrets up and get his anti-muta defenses in place, but actually hasn't even started that yet. So if NesTea were to make a beeline for the main or something like that, but no, in fact, Cass is coming down from the other side for an attack here.
Okay, this is a smart move. Split up that army. High ground and low ground. No way Banelings can always win there.
Yeah, that's right. This is a very hard thing to attack into those mutas. Dealing some damage to the Marines, but he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to lose these mulas. They're so important, and in fact, losing a lot of mutas. Cass with perfect targeting so far.
Yeah, Cass doing a great job. Oh my God, so many mutas being hit so hard here. Now mutas coming back in once they see the Queen is buffering some damage. This attack will most definitely clean up the rest of Cass, but Cass did do a great amount of damage there. Cass, though, siege tank count now very low. Let's check that out, actually. It's going to be 2 siege tanks. But no infestors out just yet, so I guess he can still get in a good position.
I gotta hand it to Cass too. He killed off a lot of mutas. There would be so many more mutas here, but how many did he even lose? It had to be at least 6 or 7, maybe even 8.
Could be Artosis. Now we got 3 gases over here, up and running. This base completely functional. Can Cass take a 4th though? He's gonna try to go here. I guarantee you NesTea's going to try to stop him. How? I'm not entirely sure. But, man, lots of Banelings here from NesTea. NesTea does not want to let Cass go into late game. He says, no way in hell am I letting you get a 4th. That's why he's going to occupy this location. Anything to buy time. He's going to have to send at least 1 Marine to stim over here. Even burrowing, wasting a mule too.
And right now in the main base of NesTea, oh, no, never mind. It got cleared up completely. That drop did nothing. But he does see that the hive is on the way, and in fact, Cass is getting ready for another attack, Tasteless, but with a lot of speed banes and that +2 attack just finishing up. I'm not sure if Cass is going to be able to do this with just 3 siege tanks.
Yeah, I don't know. He's going to have this. He's got this with the best micro in the business. Already 21 Banelings out, 19 more on the way. Is this going to do Cass in?
And in fact, it looks like he's taking out 1 siege tank and backing up. I like that move. With just 2 siege tanks now, it's going to be even harder. Make him use up that medevac energy. Only 1 medevac there. NesTea in pretty good shape still, making an Ultralisk Cavern, continuing his upgrades. And Cass is kind of hunkering down and reinforcing.
All right, nice. I like the Thor drop here. You can hit that hatchery and then maybe back up. Now notice that NesTea is going to try to get into a good position here, but the reinforcements for Cass are already here, and he's maxed out. The hatchery is getting low. As you can see, the Lynx coming up here to counter. They will get the reinforcements, but he can close up the store in time. Will he do it?
Well, NesTea has lost his 4th, but yeah, he is getting those reinforcements, which is oh so important. But unluckily for him, the 4th of Cass, already a planetary fortress, Tasteless. It looks like he will be able to hold on to that. So NesTea now in trouble. He's actually down a base.
Oh my God, NesTea had this game just like the last game, but it looks like he might be throwing it away. Artosis, this hurts my...
your NesTea pride.
This is my NesTea pride, man.
Well, I tell you what, man, Cass is playing a great game here. He's continuing to push down the center.
NesTea's playing the game of his life right now.
Well, let's see here. Can NesTea actually hold on? Cass doing a very good job on this push. A lot of siege tanks still mixed in, but we do have chitinous plating, +3 melee attack, and 6 ultras on the way. So as NesTea gets to that really sick army, he may be able to do a counterattack and crush through and at least kill that 4th. That's something that's very important to happen this game.
Absolutely. Now this base is almost mined out. Over here, same story, main pretty much long gone. So right now the story is can NesTea get a base up, or will Cass stop Menendez?
Well, in the main base right now of NesTea, Cass trying to push forward again, and with just 4 Marines, able to push away those mutas and allow his siege tanks to actually do some damage.
You know what, this is actually a lot of drones that just got killed here due to the splash damage.
He is just toasting those drones right now. Really good drop by Cass, and in fact, in the meantime, he's backing up a little bit with the rest of his army.
All right, so Banelings, and Roaches, Ultralisks, this kind of big death ball moving around the map, but really Cass is the one playing the position game here. And perhaps I spoke too soon now, being hit so hard, losing all those siege tanks. No medevacs here to take them out.
Well, right now he does have 5 more siege tanks at home, so he's going to have to go home in a defensive spot, and if he does, the Ultra's going to have a terrible time with those Banelings getting through. We will see NesTea is now moving up towards the third base of Cass, which is very undefended.
Now, if he gets to third base, I mean, good for him. He's in a better shape than he was before, but at the same time, you know, this base is really where the whole story is. There's so many gas geysers there. He's making so many Thors. By the way, this base not really up and running. One drone, queen out. He needs to get a little bit more.
All right, well, Cass right now is coming down towards that third, so NesTea will retreat for now. A small victory for NesTea, but Cass has a gigantic bank, and they're both at the same supply.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. Lifting this expansion over here now. He's going to send the Ultras and the Banelings back down. The drop over here, they're pretty far away. Can he take this expansion out? Note he's ignoring the queen. That's exactly what you want to do. Getting lower. Is he going to get it in time?
Oh, nice transfusion at the last second. It's craziness.
NesTea.
Yeah, actually, that transfusion saved it.
Yeah, it would have been gone otherwise.
Wow.
Oh my God. Taking a note here from some of our previous Zergs. Burrowed right there, can't land that. And of course, he can't use the scan here from this command center because he can't land it right now. So that's going to be a frustrating moment. Now, I don't know. This might be overkill here, Artosis. Do you think so? For this base?
He has to kill it. He knows there's no mutas. He hasn't seen an infestor, so he thinks one of these units is going to kill it. And in fact, he's going to double drop the main base at the same time. NesTea is in a lot of trouble. There's not many units in the main.
This base dies for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, he could get a lot of the tech structures in here, like the infestation pit especially.
Well, he's going after the hive right now, Tasis. In fact, moving his army across the map at the same time. In fact, NesTea going to lose a lot of his units up as he attacks towards the top.
Taking that out with ease. I feel actually like Cass took the bare minimum that he could get away with and just defended. And as you can see, there's nothing that NesTea could do about it. NesTea's been waiting for this moment to attack, now losing the hive. That
is rough. He can't lose any of his other tech, or it's going to be very hard to rebuild.
Know, it's no wonder that the Cass got top 4 in WCG when you see this, because I hadn't seen much of him before that, but my God, as I'm watching this guy play now, talk about a scrappy player. It's got to be a frustrating moment for NesTea.
Yeah, NesTea's in a tough spot. In fact, right now, Cass is just making planetaries and Thors. So, I mean, that's pretty good against Baneling Ultra, right? You just sit back and you defend. Cass is just relying on the fact that he is mining much more than NesTea. But NesTea is retaking bases. So, I mean, this game is still not over. This is, anyone could take it.
No, it's just like game number 1. Normally, you know, we call the game and then it ends the next minute, but not these guys. These guys make for some epic matches. All right, unloading over here now. This is the only real mineral-rich and gas-rich expansion. There's another one that NesTea has, but at the same time, that's this kind of crappy base over here, only 5 mineral patches, and only 1 gas, which is the really bad part about it.
Yeah, and the drop going down again at NesTea's 4th base, killing off a lot of the drones. In fact, going after the hatchery now.
All right, is he gonna get it?
Oh, no, it looks like he is. Boom. And he gets it. Loses all his units, but killing that base, absolutely worth it, Tasis.
Oh wow! I feel like I'm in the movie Transformers right now. That's a lot of Thors.
Oh man, that is.
And he could do a pretty nice push with this. Wait, let me see if we could check the unit counter here. Let's see. So
12 Thors.
You know, 12 Thors against 8 Ultralisks.
If the Thors are clumped, the Ultras can do a decent job, but there's also Marauders in there.
And he has the Medivacs, which he can micro the Thors back with.
Oh, that's true, too.
Like the Reavers or something.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens.
Well, here we go. Way too much damage output.
Damn.
The Ultras have to turn around immediately, and he lost way too much there. NesTea's supply is just plummeting. More and more Thors on the way. And Cass might end up beating NesTea with the slowest Terran unit on the biggest map.
I cannot believe this. He is moving down now. The hatchery's exposed. We see a counter here with Ultras, but there's more Thors here and planetaries. The SCVs can repair. My God, I think NesTea just got knocked out.
I think so. I think Cass might be moving up here, Tasis. What does NesTea truly have left? He's going Broodlords. This is his last chance. He does have some fungals. We'll see if he can actually hold everything. Oh, he Boston Infester as soon as he bungled.
Broodlord's out here. Normally Thors don't beat Broodlords, but when you have this many, apparently they do.
Yeah. This many with +3 attack.
Oh my God, just taking this out.
NesTea, he's come a far way,
That's
and
it.
GG!
Wow.
Cass defeating NesTea, and you can see how happy he is. Guys, give it up for Cass.
Making the European scene proud out here. Cass kicking some serious ass. I'm blown away. You know, it's funny. That was the last set for us, Artosis. That was the best.
Best set of the day.
Best of 3. That was actually better than NesTea versus. Why is his name escaping me now?
NesTea versus Feast.
Yes, Feast. Thank you. Thank you. This is jet lag talking.
NesTea has played everybody today, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, I know he's played a bunch of games.
Yeah, you know,
well, a disappointing moment here for NesTea. Some good sportsmanship there for both players. And let's face it, guys, they were great games. They were absolutely phenomenal games.
That is right. Well, damn, what a great day
Absolutely.
at the Intel Extreme Masters.
It's been a wonderful day here. So many upsets here with NesTea losing, but what are you going to say? I guess we're going to find out what Cass has to say, because we're going to throw it over to Jarrett Kale. Take it away, my brother. He'll be doing that
Empire Kaz, give it up. So, about how high are you right now?
It is hard to say. I still didn't expect I win 2-0 because sometimes I was so nervous that I didn't even understand what I'm doing, but looks like my after doing is really well.
That smile, man, that smile, wow. You're putting tears in my eyes, man. I love the joy. I am so happy for you. I was cheering pretty hard. The first game, incredibly close. I was actually pretty convinced at one point it was over, not in your favor. You stuck in there. It was a 40-minute game. I mean, what goes through your mind at that moment when it becomes a reality that, oh my God, like I might beat NesTea and I might get out of the hardest group in probably the hardest open bracket that's ever existed?
At first game, I still was thinking what I was losing till to last second. Only last 5 minutes was like really what I really winning, but I still think he makes some couple of mistakes what give me a game. Maybe he too early think what he already wins the game, so which is maybe why I win. But I played really bad in the middle of the game, so I get small lucky what I win that game, and I really happy was about that, and it has given me some motivation for play second game really well, because it just was so close, and yeah, I really happy about it.
How are you gonna sleep tonight?
Like a happy boy.
Well, a huge congratulations, Ben. I'm gonna give you a bro hug, okay? Huge congratulations, thank you. I'll see you soon. You wanna say something?
I'm sorry to bomb this, but I would just like to mention one thing. I was commentating the qualifiers to this tournament together with Rotterdam. And Cass had a situation when he was 1 game away from actually qualifying for this event. He was 1-0 up. The opponent had a disconnect in a situation where everybody in the world would agree that Cass had the game won. He offered the rematch. He lost the series 2-1. He went through several very, very close games in the lower bracket, and he barely qualified. He almost didn't qualify for this event, and I think just, you know, good deeds, good sportsmanship gets rewarded.
Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, one last for Empire Kaz, wow. Could have called it with that smile that he would do that. Well, that concludes IEM Day 2. It's been a very, very, very long day, so I'm going home and jumping in my bed right now. Please tune in again tomorrow. Epic games, 6 pro tosses, very exciting for me. MC, Grubby fighting. We got Moonglade from Australia fighting. So many amazing players. I can't wait. I'll see you soon.